Hello, beautiful friends. I am coming to you with this week's oracle reading, which is going to be utilizing the Whispers of Lord Ganesha deck. Ganesha, for those of you who don't know, is a Hindi god who is really gifted at removing obstacles, and it was really a very strong energy that wanted to come through this week. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle everything up here and get us situated. But it really feels strongly that no matter what the energy of the cards are that come through today, just know that Ganesh itself can help you guys remove any obstacles that you have going on in your life, any specific things that you feel that you need help from a source outside of yourself. And really great to open up dialogue, get pictures, or look at pictures, or do a little research yourself to find out what aspect of Ganesha you feel called to. I'm actually going to take the first top three today. And those will be our selections. And so this deck is really beautiful. They have different versions of Ganesh, as you will see. And what I invite you to do is to go ahead and, again, as always, select one of the three, or if you want to leave it open to more than one, two or three of them. And sometimes, as we have seen, it will be that they will create a bigger picture between the three for some of you, and all of that is beautiful and perfect. I just invite you to use your own intuition to determine whether or not this resonates for you, whether this is your reading. And if it does align, beautiful, awesome. If it doesn't really resonate, that's okay. It's not going to be for everybody because it is a general read. And so I just encourage you to use your intuition. And if this week's doesn't really resonate, that's okay. I will keep doing these. And if you did want something more personal, I have started offering individual customized ones as well, which will always be more geared towards you specifically. So go ahead and make your selection, and I will begin on the left with the first card, which is surrender. So really powerful energy. If you look closely at this card, it's a reclining Ganesh, eyes closed, holding that beautiful lotus in the right hand, and just really being at peace. Got his little rat buddy down here who's often depicted with Ganesha, and that's also sleeping, and they're laying upon the earth, which is really beautiful as well, but with a lot of abundance. And so what I'm feeling right away is that the gifts, the intentions that you've set for yourself are really going to be very dependent upon surrender right now. So we can take intentions for ourselves all the time, and we can take a certain amount of action when action is meant to be taken. And at the same time, there's going to be a point at which what is required of us is surrendering to the divine plan, to divine timing, and to allowing ourselves to trust that when we do put our intentions out in a really strong and powerful way, that we need to create space for the universe to manifest and fulfill that for us. And one of the quickest and easiest ways to do that is through surrender. And so, what does surrender mean? Excuse me. It is definitely an energy of coming into a place of letting go of the outcome, letting go of how and when and in what timing and way you receive what you're asking for. And so this is a really beautiful card in that it's like, he's lounging, he's reclining, looks very at peace, and yet there is all this abundance surrounding him. So what you have asked for is coming to you, and at the same time, we don't as individuals have the same view and picture that the universe has of all the moving parts that are happening. And so to put our trust in the universe to give it to us when it knows is best is the quickest way for us to receive, with it also being the gentlest process. So one thing I want to point out, and I will bring the card back because it is kind of subtle, is above his head here, there's this beautiful golden mandala. And so this is really coming in to say that this is this connection, that crown chakra to source, putting that trust and focus in source. And so going into surrender and just asking for a greater ability to trust in the divine plan and the divine timing, because I know I experience it myself. Sometimes we want things and we want them right now, and that's great, but right now might not actually be the time that's going to serve us the best. And so really connecting and putting your trust, putting your faith into that source connection is going to yield the best results. And so it also have the number 2 coming in as well, so that may be significant for you. And it also is a tendency to communicate balance, and also sort of like you co-creating with the divine. So you put out what you want, but then you need to surrender and let the divine take over. And so that is the really strong energy I'm feeling with that today. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the second card, which is protection. So it's this really beautiful, and it almost looks like he's dancing in the sky, which is kind of magical, with some golden lotuses floating around and just this really beautiful energy of wind. We get some mountains over here. And interestingly, we have 20 coming up, which breaks down to 2. So that puts 22 among our cards today, which is a master number and is bringing in the energy of the ascended masters today, which is really beautiful. And so I'm also seeing that golden halo above his head here, which again, that source connection. And so really calling out to your guides, your angels, the ascended masters, whatever aspect of the divine that you resonate with for protection. And I'm really strongly feeling that part of what is coming into play here is related to people stepping into speaking their truth and living their purpose. And I have noticed with a lot of people that I work with, there is sort of this fear that can come up about not being safe speaking our truth and not being safe standing in our power and doing things, especially if we feel like it might be a little bit outside the box or a little, abnormal according to the collective. And so I really feel, and this could be different for everyone, of course, because this is general, but what's coming through most strongly for me is the message to know that you are totally protected in speaking your truth, in following your passion and your bliss. And that protection is coming in from source. That protection is swirling around you. That protection is in the elemental energies of the earth, of the mountains. There's water down here. So you are constantly surrounded by that divine protection. And it really feels important to be aware of that and to bring more of that into your conscious awareness. And let's say you're not feeling super protected right now, or maybe aren't sure what the threat is or could be. And sometimes the threat there isn't really an external threat. It's a psychological fear that's created based on past experiences. And so some of those experiences could come from this life when people, did things that maybe caused hurt. And it could also come from past lives. I see this constantly in readings where people have been persecuted in the past for speaking their truth. And unconsciously, until we clear that energy from our soul, we are carrying that with us. And so it's something I do quite frequently with people, is help to go back to those spaces to find out what did happen, what do you need to pull out and release. So be aware as well. And you also might want to choose to check in to see, is there any fear, and is that potentially coming from a past life? And that can be really helpful in clearing your path to more freely speak your truth and live in your power. And additionally, one last note with this one is it's just going to be a matter of focusing on you being protected. And these forces are always here for us. It's just that we aren't always connecting with them and feeling into that protection and imagining that we have this golden support around us, all of this love and this light around us. And you can even, much like is happening here, imagine yourself surrounded in a golden or white light or bubble, and that only the things of love and light are allowed to come within that space. Anything else is just going to be reflected off or dissolved or deterred away from your energy. And so that is the strong messages coming through with the second card. And then we'll move on to the third here, and it is relaxation. So this is another sort of, reclining Ganesha, but in this one, it's more active relaxation. So I've got the evening with the stars and the crescent moon, and this is coming in as 49, which breaks down to 4, I believe. So we get that to 13 and 4. So it's all coming into foundations. And so relaxing into new foundations. And with that, a lot of people that I've been talking to, a number of you who I know are watching these, have talked to me about coming into new places and new movements in your work and things like that. And so you've been doing a lot of work, working on a lot of change, making a lot of effort. And we do need to counterbalance that with relaxation. This is a beautiful time of year to do that, of course, because we're having some really beautiful weather, and just really letting yourself sink into that. One thing that I'm noticing is sort of the eyes are open, but they're sort of in this gentle reflective energy is what's coming off, where it's just like reflecting on all of the beautiful things that you've been working on, that you've been accomplishing, that you've been breaking through, doing such an amazing job and putting in a lot of work and a lot of effort. And with that, coming to a place now where it is time for you to pause, to relax, and to allow yourself to integrate these energies. We are often in our society, I find either one end of the spectrum or the other. Like, some people don't have any motivation and they're kind of always in relaxation, or people are constantly in the doing, go, go, go all the time. And so I really and truly feel that this is a sign that if you are someone who has been doing a lot of stuff lately, who has been just really, focused and getting in there and doing some awesome work, which I'm sure has been fantastic and helping catalyst you forward. If that is you, it is now a time to give yourself some pause. Maybe you take an extra day off, or maybe you just designate one full day where you can relax doing something that gives you this feeling of like, I'm just lounging, I'm hanging out. Maybe it is at night, maybe it's during the day. This is with this being depicting the night sky and the stars and things, though, I am feeling this sort of magic energy coming in, that there's almost this beautiful unexpected gift that's going to come in your state of relaxation, whether that comes in as a physical tangible something, or whether that comes in as something that is a new insight or a new awakening, where you've been working really hard on this great project or aspect of your life. And at the same time, it is in these moments of relaxation and pause that I have found that the universe drops in so beautifully these little nuggets of awareness. And so I feel like that's why you're being called to that now. It's like the next key component that you need to whatever it is you've been focusing on really diligently is going to come to you when you actually take time to pause and relax. And relax is a little different than surrender as well, because I am just feeling that energy that maybe somebody needs clarification on that. And surrender is more surrendering to the divine timing and to the divine plan, whereas relaxation is taking pause and relaxing and taking a break from the energy of doing stuff all the time and moving into the feminine energy. So the masculine, the divine masculine is more doing and active and thinking, and the divine feminine is more being, relaxing, tapping into the intuition, which is also coming through with that moon. The moon energy signals tapping into heightened intuition. And I do truly feel that in this time of relaxation, whether it's day or night, it's going to open your gateway to your intuition in a bigger, more powerful way. And again, we have the gold halo around his head, which is linking us to the higher realms, linking us to that source connection. And so I just want to point out one other beautiful thing, the fact that 49 does break down to 4, and then we have 2 and 2. Oftentimes these are wanting to be added up. So 2 and 2 is 4, obviously, and then we have 44, which is angel energy. And they're just pointing that out to me right now, that like it's not just about the ascended masters, but you also have the angels coming in to help support you with all of these energies. And so, really beautiful read today. I'm excited to see how this fits in with each and every one of you. So, as always, feel free to share with me any insights or awarenesses. I hope you found this helpful and that it goes smoothly for your week. And I really look forward to the next time we pull cards and share energy. So, have a beautiful week, everyone. And feel free to reach out if there's anything I can help you with. Take care and much love and blessings. Bye, guys.